Vice Vithashil. So let us solve one more year question paper, that is 2023 paper. Now, I don't think you have enough time to go and solve the entire paper and get it corrected. So it's better go through the questions, see how answers must be written, so that you can also understand that how much preparation is done and how much is still pending. So let us proceed with 2023 question paper of ICSE board examination. The paper is taken from the CISE website. You all can download the same from there. Okay, so let us proceed. The paper will be similar, but competency based question will be higher in 2026. So let us see how much you are aware of. So the first question, the sex chromosome in human ovum. Ovum is a haploid cell. It has got the chromosome that is X chromosome only. Yes. If it would be sperm, then X or Y, not both. Okay, either or. Next one. Which of the following is a biodegradable waste? Plus, the hard sound dup is produced when dup or lub, both the sounds are produced when there is the closure of the valve. So lub sound is atrioventricular valve closes, that is bicuspid and tricuspid closes during the ventricular systole. And the dup sound is produced when semilunar valve closes during ventricular diastole. Semilunar valve closes. Deplasmolysis occurs when a plasmolyzed cell is placed in. So deplasmolysis means the plasmolyzed cells, the water must enter into the plasmolyzed cell. So uh, if how water will enter, that is endoosmosis will happen when the cell is placed in hypotonic solution. So hypotonic solution, I can see concentrated salt solution, concentrated sugar solution, hypertonic solution, all are hypertonic. Tap water is a hypotonic solution. Okay. Next one, alpha cells of pancreas, glucagon. Beta cells is insulin. Haploid number of chromosomes are found in haploid, half set of chromosomes in gametes. Nephron, neuron, skin cells are somatic cells. They are diploid cells. Sperm is a gamete which has a haploid cell. The lifespan of RBC. Now, RBC questions are generally asked. Why it has got no nucleus, no mitochondria, then endoplasmic reticulum, lifespan of RBC. All these questions are asked. So be thorough with RBC. The statistical study of human population is called demography. Okay. The pale yellow color of normal human urine is because of the pigment called urochrome. Hemoglobin is the red pigment for the blood. Anthocyanin is a pigment present in the vacuoles in the reddish purple plant like beetroot, right? Melanin is your skin pigment. Stimulation of the nerves of the somatic, and that is sympathetic nervous system. Stimulation of the nerves of the sympathetic is for stress. So what during stress what happens? Accelerates heartbeats. Rest all is in your parasympathetic nervous system. The site of light reaction in the cell. Site is of light reaction. So light reaction occurs in the thylakoid. That is your grana of the chloroplast. Now grana can be written by the examiner, not by you. You have to write thylakoids. Okay. The paper used to demonstrate unequal transpiration in dicot leaves is cobalt chloride paper. Cobalt chloride paper is blue when dry and pink when wet. Vitreous humor. Where is vitreous humor present? Aqueous humor in front. Vitreous humor behind the retina. That is, sorry, behind the lens and the between lens and retina. Vitreous humor is present between lens and retina. Oxygenated blood to liver is supplied by oxygenated blood. It has to be artery, liver, hepatic artery. Okay. During the synthesis phase of the cell division, more of DNA is synthesized. Okay, during the synthesis phase or S phase, that is more of DNA, it is synthesized. Now, this is your MCQ is done. Next one, The organelle that forms asters during cell division. Now, children, they have asked about the organelle. So you have to write centrosomes, not centrioles. Okay, centrosomes. The genetic or disorder in which the blood does not clot. That is your hemophilia. Right? Hemophilia. It's okay. Hemophilia. Next one, the permanent stoppage of menstruation in the human females, right? In the human females. What is that? Menopause. The opening of the bark through which the transpiration occur. Old stem, old woody stem. What is that? Lenticels. Lenticels. The gaseous plant hormone which promotes fruit ripening. Ethylene. Right? Next one. Yes. Now rearrange. Now this question again, food chain questions are asked. So snake, rabbit, cabbage, and hawk. The cabbage is one. Snake, cabbage is eaten by rabbit, rabbit is eaten by snake, and snake is eaten by hawk. So you have three, rabbit is two, cabbage is one, and hawk is four. Okay. Next one, xylem, soil water, cortical cells. Okay. Now here soil water is one. Then it is taken up recep X, right? Recep X. It's taken by root hair. Root hair, then the cortical cells, and then the xylem. So four. This is your one. Cortical cell is three, and root hair is two. Okay. Then receptor. Receptor is one. Receptor and receptor say it goes to the spinal cord. So it is 2. Then you have response, that is effector. Then you have 3, and then you have response as 4. Okay. Then you have fovea, lens, cornea, conjunctiva. Fovea is on the retina. Okay, so conjunctiva is the one, the retina, this is on 4. Then you have 3, cornea is 2, and conjunctiva is 1. Testis, urethra, sperm duct, epididymis. Now, testis में the sperm is formed, then it matures in epididymis. Then from the epididymis, it travels through the vas deferens, that is the sperm duct, and finally it reaches the urethra. So this is your logical sequence question. You have to write in properly without leaving a word. If you leave words, children, that is not marked correctly. Okay, so you have to write all the 4 terms. You cannot miss any term. 4 terms must be there as it is given in this question. Next one, chalo, something related to your endocrine system. Okay, so hyposecretion of thyroxine in adults. Adults means max, that is maxodema. Okay. Next one, hyposecretion of insulin. Hypo. So it will be diabetes mellitus. Right? Next one is your hypersecretion of growth hormone in childhood. So the child becomes huge, gigantism. Hypersecretion. Then you have hyposecretion of ADH, less of antidiuretic hormone, so more dilute urine, so diabetes insipidus. Hypersecretion, then last में you have hypersecretion of thyroxine. That is, more of thyroxine is released. So it is your exophthalmic goiter. Only exophthalmic goiter is for hypersecretion of thyroxine. Rest all goiter, maxedema, cretinism. Maxedema, max is for adult. Cretinism, C is for children. That is hyposecretion of thyroxine. Okay, so dwarfinism and cretinism is just given to confuse you. Moving to the next. Choose the odd one out. Now, in this question, used bandage, pesticides, face masks, syringes, pesticides. Rest are all biological waste, biomedical waste. Okay. Rest all are biomedical waste. Biomedical waste. Then dust, smoke, carbon monoxide, and effluents. Now you can see here effluents. The effluent is a causes water pollution. So rest are all pollutants, air pollutants. Okay. Rest are all air pollutants. I'm not writing rest. I'm writing just the category of others. Air pollutants. Okay. Next one. Uterus, urethra, urinary bladder, ureter. Now, uterus and ureter. Uterus is only in female reproductive system. Rest are the part of human excretory system. Rest are the part of human excretory system. Okay. Next one, menstrual phase, telophase, follicular phase, luteophase. Now here, M-fall is the menstrual cycle phase. The telophase is the only phase which is of the mitosis. The rest are all the menstrual cycle phases, right? So rest are the phases of menstrual cycle. Menstrual cycle phases. Okay. You write clearly, children, neatly. Malleus, incus, steps, and cochlea. Now here, malleus, incus, steps are the part of the middle ear, and cochlea is the part of the inner ear. So rest are the ear ossicles. Ear ossicles present in middle ear. Right? Middle ear. Middle ear. Okay? This is your um choose the odd one category. Now exact location of these. Right? The first one is thyroid gland. Thyroid gland is present on the posterior. Um, thyroid gland is present. Thyroid gland, where is the thyroid gland? It's just located in front of your neck. So, location of thyroid gland, right? So, location of thyroid gland will be in front. Why it's not typing, huh? In front of the neck. Actually, it's a bilobed, two-lobe structure, right? So, you can write bilobed gland located in front, located in front of the neck, below larynx. Below larynx. Okay. Next one, location of dura mater. So what is the location of dura mater? It is a meninges, right? One of the outermost meninges. So it is the outermost membrane. Outermost membrane, that is, you can write meninges, covering the brain. Covering the brain. After dura mater, there is arachnoid, and then you have pia mater. Okay. Next one is the location of amniotic fluid. Next one is the location of the amniotic fluid. Where is the amniotic fluid? In the amnion, right? So it is inside the amniotic amniotic sac. Amniotic sac inside the uterus of the human female inside the uterus of the human female in which fetus is present during pregnancy. These words are important, okay? It's not present all the time. Okay? Next one is the location of papillary muscles. Now, papillary muscles in the heart, which holds the chordae tendineae, so is located inside the ventricles of the heart, to which chordae tendineae is attached. Chordae tendineae, tendineae is attached. You can also write inside the ventricles walls, say better here, on the inside walls of the ventricles of the heart, to which chordae tendineae is attached. Then you have location of islets of Langerhans. Now, location of islets of Langerhans, that is suspended cells. Okay? These are the cells. It's better you write endocrine. Endocrine cells present in the pancreas. Okay? These are the endocrine cells present in the pancreas. These are basically clusters of endocrine cells. So it's better instead of these are the clusters of endocrine cells present in the pancreas. This is your exact location question. Now this is section 1 completed. Section B. Overall chemical equation for photosynthesis. You have to write the now this is for 1 mark. So if you write the correct equation, you get 1 mark, otherwise 0. So here, what is the equation? I'll not be able to write very clearly, but at least children, you write it in the chemical form. I'm writing this way, okay? So photosynthesis. 6 molecules of carbon dioxide plus 6 molecules of uh, 6 molecules of carbon dioxide plus 12 molecules of water in the presence of sunlight and chlorophyll gives you 6 molecules of oxygen plus 6 molecules of water plus glucose C6H12 C6H12O6. If you write this complete equation, proper arrow, on the arrow the sunlight and the chlorophyll, 12H2O on the reactant side and 6H2O on the product side, you get 1 mark. Mention 2 functions of blood. Now functions of blood, transportation. Now in this transportation of nutrients, transportation of gases, transportation of hormones, right? Body temperature, that is regulation of body temperature, regulation of body temperature, then immunity, right? This is all. You can write any 2 important functions. Karyokinesis and cytokinesis difference, 2 marks, so at least 2 points. So karyokinesis is nuclear, it is nuclear division, and cytokinesis is cytoplasm division of cytoplasm, cytoplasmic division. right? Cytokinesis gives rise to uh, daughter cells. Okay, and any other difference? Karyokinesis mein you have prophase, metaphase, anaphase, telophase. Cytokinesis is complete cell division. Excessive use of fertilizers and agricultural fields reduce the yield. Just the statement. Now fertilizers, fertilizers, the excessive fertilizers. I'm not writing the complete answer. I'm writing the keywords. Okay. So you have excessive fertilizers leads to hypertonic solution around the root cells, which makes them flaccid, which makes them flaccid. So the total absorption of water and all is affected. That is why excessive fertilizers are not used. Okay. So this is 2 marks. Here 1 mark will be for writing that it is hypertonic, and the other mark you're writing that the root cells basically goes flaccid. Hence it cannot absorb much water. Now next question, you can see here what is happening. The plant is bending towards the sun. The phototropic movement. So name the phenomenon here, phototropism. Phototropism. Then which hormones play an important role here? Auxin. Then complete the statement. Shoot shows positive phototropism. Phototropism. And root shows positive geotropism. Geotropism. Okay, that is towards the gravity of the earth. Next one, abbreviations. DNA, D, not DI, deoxyribonucleic acid, DNA, right? Deoxyribonucleic acid, DNA. Active transport, that is movement of molecules from a region of higher concentration to the region of lower concentration. That is, I'm so sorry, this is the from lower concentration to higher concentration by expenditure of energy. This is the keyword, concentration by expenditure of ATP or energy, and also through semi-permeable membrane. Semi-permeable membrane. Okay? This is your answer. 2 marks. So lower concentration, higher concentration, expenditure of energy, and semi-permeable membrane. Mention 2 pairs of nitrogenous bases which pair with each other and hydrogen bonds. So A double bond T. A T, and another one is G and C. Okay. So you have to show the bonds also. So A may you have got double bond, and C may you have got triple bond. ठीक है? Law of segregation. Law of segregation. Write the law of segregation. Tell me what will be. Law of segregation is when you have the appearance of the recessive trait in the F2 generation of monohybrid cross. Okay, so 2 alleles during gamete formation. Write down if you want to write with me. That is during gamete formation. During gamete formation, the pair of factors in bracket alleles. Okay, alleles for a trait separate separate, and each gamete carries only one factor of the pair. Now, children, I have written in my words of the pair. You can also write out of the two contrasting pair of the factors, each separate themselves independent of each other into the gametes. Okay, you can write that also. Draw a neat label diagram of the human sperm. The diagram link is given in the description. You see how to draw the diagram. Okay, roughly there should be a head, right? Then you have the basic neck region, and then you have the axial filament or the tail region. Okay, and you have to label it. So you have nucleus, acrosome, and you have mitochondria present here. Okay, I cannot draw very good with this tool, but the link for the human sperm diagram is given in the description. Okay, moving ahead to the next. Question 5. Explain population density. What is population density? Define population density, children. Write it in the comment section. That is number of individuals per unit per unit kilometer. It's per square kilometer. Okay, I've given in short. You write the proper definition. Number of individuals living in a particular area per square kilometer area में now how many people live. Surgical method of population control, vasectomy in males and tubectomy in females. Two factors responsible for population explosion in India: illiteracy, desire for the male child, desire for the male child. Okay, or you can write religious beliefs, you can write that. Name any two sources which comes under pressure during rise of population. So all the resources, land, water, fuel, energy, all resources come under pressure when the population increases. Now here the diagram depicts the change in temperature on the planet Earth, right? Change in temperature. So it's talking about uh, climate change. Answer the following questions. Climate change means temperature change. So temperature change means you're talking about global warming. Global warming. One reason of this warming, it can be increase in CO2 concentration. So due to deforestation, right? You can write increase due to deforestation. Then, okay. What measures can be taken to prevent this change? Um, you can have reduction in the carbon dioxide concentration. How can you prevent global warming? Tell me. Now, if deforestation is one of the reason, the afforestation can help us to add more of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. Then carpooling, public transportation, carpooling, public transport, public transport. Then you can have use of renewable sources, use of renewable sources, etc. So it's one mark question. So one of these you can write. Next one, what define the term transpiration? Loss of water in the form of water vapor from the aerial parts of the plant is called transpiration. Two adaptations to reduce transpiration by the plant is sunken stomata. Sunken stomata. Then leaves are reduced to spine, right? Leaves are modified to spines. Then you have thick cuticles. Thick cuticles. Right, so you can write these. Mention two functions of the human fetal placenta. Two important functions. So nutrient exchange, that is transfer from mother's body to the baby's body, that is the transfer, and even waste removal, then gases diffusion. All these are the important role of placenta, right? Then what is the significance of human testes being located in the scrotal sacs? Now, scrotal sacs have lower temperature as compared to the body. Lower temperature, that is around 2 to 3 degrees centigrade low. 2 to 3 degree centigrade, it is lower, right? So it ye ho gaya 1 marks. Then next marks will get when you write that sperm requires lower temperature to mature. Okay. Draw a neat label diagram of the Malphigian capsule. The link for the diagram is given in the description. Now for Malphigian capsule, always remember the afferent arteriole has to be wider than the efferent arteriole. Then only you get 1 mark for the diagram. And then the correct labels. Okay. Please go through the diagram given in the description. What is reflex action? The quick, immediate, involuntary, automatic response to a stimulus without involving brain, that is, and controlled by the spinal cord, is called the reflex action. Renal cortex has dotted appearance because of the presence of um, the head, that is the nephrons ka Bowman's capsule, PCT and DCT. Renal medulla has got striped appearance because of the presence of loop of Henle and collecting tubule. Write all whatever is present. Okay. So in dotted appearance, so renal cortex has got Bowman's capsule, Bowman's um, Bowman's capsule. Full form you should write proximal convoluted tubule and distal convoluted tubule. And renal medulla has got loop of Henle and collecting tubule. Okay, so you write completely. Two function of cerebellum. Cerebellum is maintenance of the maintenance of the body balance and muscle coordination. Control and coordination of the muscles. Semicircular canal and nutriculus based on their function. Semicircular canal is for dynamic balance and utriculus is for the static balance. A potted plant is kept in dark for 24 hours, that is for destarching, and then placed in bright sun. Okay. So this is the pale yellow part and this is green part. That is a variegated leaf. Okay. Here they are talking about the variegated leaf. Fine. So what aspect of photosynthesis is being tested here? that chlorophyll is important for photosynthesis. What is needed here? Chlorophyll. Chlorophyll important is important for photosynthesis. For photosynthesis. Correct? Is important for photosynthesis. Next one, why was the plant kept in dark? That is for destarching. 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 After the starch test, what will be the color of the yellow part? Yellow plant part will remain brown because of the color of iodine, and green part will turn blue-black because of the formation of starch. That give reason, you understood. I gave the reason in both the cases. Both statements with reason, you get 1 mark. What is mutation? Mutation is sudden change in the chromosome structure or function. It's called, that is structural change in the chromosome, sudden change. It's called mutation. A pure red flower variety is crossed with a pure breeding white flower. Draw Punnett square to show the phenotypic and genotypic of F2 generation. Now here, draw the Punnett square, 2 marks. So for drawing, draw it neatly. The square should be look like a square. I will not be able to draw properly because I'm using this tool. Right? So here R and R, then R and R. So write down the combinations here. Phenotypic ratio will be phenotyping and genotypic ratios they want. The phenotypic ratio is 3:1, where 3 is the red and 1 is the white variety. Genotypic ratio is 1:2:1, where you have to write what is 1, what is 2, and what is 1. 1 is homozygous red, 2 is heterozygous red, and 1 is dwarf, that is 1 is recessive white. Leaf of certain plants roll up on hot sunny day. Why? Here 2 marks. Rolling up decreases the surface area of the leaf to reduce transpiration. So 2 marks, 2 points. Right? What is semi-permeable membrane? The membrane which allows the semi-permeable membrane is what? The membrane which allows selective movement of the molecules across the membrane is called a semi-permeable membrane. It's a living membrane. Name the semi-permeable membrane present in the plant cell. The cell membrane of the plasma membrane of the plant cell is the semi-permeable membrane, and the freely permeable structure will be the cell wall. Understood? The diagram here depicts the human heart in one of its phases. So you can see here the blood is moving to the pulmonary artery and the aorta. So it is in the systolic phase, ventricular systole. Okay? And what else? How can justify? See the valves present. Here you can see that the AV valve, atrioventricular valve, is closed. That is bicuspid and tricuspid valves are closed. So which part of the heart is in the contraction phase? Ventricles. Ventricles are in contraction phase. Justify. The AV valves are closed. AV, that is atrioventricular valves. You write the full form, children, please. Do not write short forms. I'm solving the paper in the fast mode. So I'm writing the short forms. You have to write full forms. So you have to write atrioventricular valves are closed. Right? And what else you can see? Blood is moving to, first talk about the valves and then where is the blood moving? The blood is moving to the pulmonary artery and the aorta, is moving to the pulmonary artery and the and the aorta. Okay. Semilunar valves are open. Semilunar valves are open. This will give you the complete reasons. So, okay? Understood? Last one, systole and diastole. Systole is contraction of the heart walls, contraction, and diastole is relaxation. Okay? This is what your entire 2023 paper was not difficult at all. I hope you know all the answers, and whatever we have discussed, it's easy for you all to understand. For any queries, put it in the comment section. All the best for your preparation. Thank you so much, children.